Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
What's up?
Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Another Tuesday, another strain.
Mm-hmm.
So
this strain reminds me of a couple things.
wow, it reminds me of summer.
Summer. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I was going to say it reminds me of junior high.
Okay.
When you're going, I know it's random as hell, but
okay, it's mullets for me. So
really
cool. Oh yeah.
This reminds you of mullets.
No. You're going back
junior
to
high reminds
That's
you of
mullet
mullets.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's coming back though.
Yeah. So this reminds me of junior high because in junior high, everyone and their dog was trying to tie a cherry stem in a knot in their mouth, or take the wrapper off of a Starburst.
Oh, wait a minute. So
without
today,
taking it out of your mouth.
Well, that sounds like what we're talking about today.
It is. It is what we're talking about today.
So what's the strain?
Starburst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starburst.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Can you take the wrapper off of a Starburst in your mouth?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
I could do that. Right?
There were plenty of kids that couldn't and just like soaked them and drooled them and chewed it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just flip that thing around like it's a Rubik's Cube in your mouth, right? And you're just pulling off the wrapper, then you spit it out and you chew it up, right?
Wrap your tongue around that like a...
Oh.
Glitters.
Whoa. But anyway, so this strain, this is a hybrid strain, more sativa leaning.
Yeah. It has a little more sativa leaning.
Woo. I'll tell you, this is a great stacker strain. I coupled this with some pancakes, and pancakes seems to be the one.
Great pairing strain.
Yeah, it really is. If you don't have pancakes in your pantry,
you should get it.
You definitely should have it ready to go, and just sprinkle a little bit on top of the bowls that you're having, because it's I don't know, it's like an accelerant. It gets it going faster, but it also elevates it. And the experience that I had with Starburst was so euphoric in a very high speed mode. It was that night that we hung out with Bennett.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome hangout.
Yeah,
yep.
And when we hung out with him, I had stacked this on there, and then we went and walked around for some munchies. And oh my gosh, dude, that thing got me going fast. My heart rate definitely got going. So be aware, Starburst, taking a good amount of it, your blood pressure is going to raise up pretty quickly, being associated with the sativa. But man, just all around good. Flower wise though, before and after the grind, what did you smell?
Oh man, like a diesel-y scent in there too.
Yeah,
It was like
weird.
Sweet and sour notes. It was wild.
Oh, dude, that reminds me of Sour Patch Kids.
Oh yeah, that's a delicious strain too.
Yeah, this definitely reminds me.
We'll have to do a review on that.
Oh yeah, it's very similar, very upbeat. There's very little that would get you down. If this is like a daytime, this is definitely a wake and bake one that you could roll with. I did notice, however, if I smoke too much, and meaning I sit out there, for me, this is too much. I sit outside, I smoke a bowl, I smoke the whole bowl, and I pack that to the top. It will slow you down just slightly, a little bit more than typical. Like if you had a 1 gram joint, and you smoked it by yourself, it would slow you down a little bit. I mean, not enough where you'll be like in the couch, but it definitely makes things feel like time is going by like just slightly slower.
Interesting.
There's
It's
a delay.
been so long since I've had strains that like slow down time.
Yeah.
But I love that moment because you can be in a song
Oh yeah.
for like an hour, it feels like. And then you come out and you're like,
whoa.
Oh shit, that was just the one song.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of instrumental stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this song that I was listening to, and it's just like literally like, it's like those straws, the little, the ones you get like in like a cup, you have to slam down in.
Yeah.
They're plastic and bendy, and you go, woo, 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 woo. That's kind of the sounds it was using.
Okay.
And it was really cool. But I was on Starburst and I felt crazy. Like I allowed my mind to just go wherever it wanted to. And then all these ideas started to come to me and I just started writing them down and it felt amazing. But it was on that where I smoked a good amount. I smoked about a gram and I felt fantastic. And it lasted quite a while. This is a lingering one. It's not.
And super fast onset too.
Yeah,
Like it
super
comes on
fast.
so quick.
Yeah, I felt it right up into my shoulder blades and a little bit into the back of my neck.
Really?
That's where I
Is that
felt.
where you first felt
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Mine was in my eyes and around my head.
No. I mean, that eventually it creeped up there, but it was
Mhm.
mostly in my back at first. But like I said, the onset is super quick,
Yeah.
especially into your mind. Like it grabs a hold quickly.
Yeah.
But
But
I
it's
don't
like
know.
super focused, clear-minded, and a very euphoric strain.
Yeah.
Like you said, any time of the day. This is an any time of the day strain.
Yeah, you could even smoke this late at night just to kind of relax your mind a little bit. Totally recommend doing something that would preoccupy your mind. Not necessarily maybe reading a book, but listening to a book would be pretty good if you have a little too much of this. If you just have a little, right? Like a couple of hits off of a pen. Now, I've only tried it in flower. I
Yeah, me
understand.
too.
Yeah, it's always been, we only experience this on flower, but from what I understand from distillates, it's a pretty, you can use a little bit more.
Yeah,
You
I
can,
haven't had that in a pen. I
I
just had to think back. I'm like,
I've
I've
never
had a
had it in a pen.
lot of stuff in pens over the years, and no, I still don't think I've
Yeah.
had Starburst.
I have never had it, in that way, but, honestly, it's one of these strains that I would highly recommend to my indica friends. This is a good one. It's not gonna make you feel super jittery. It's just a really well-balanced hybrid.
It's surprising. The range of THC on this strain is crazy wide.
Yeah.
It's from like 11 up to 30.
Yeah, well, it just depends on where you're growing it.
Yeah, and the cultivar, how they do it, like
Exactly.
so many different things.
The
But
soil, the water.
like that's a 19-point swing on THC range. Like that's massive.
That's insane, and then again, that goes to wherever you're at. Remember that these strains that we review, you may have similar effects. You may have completely different effects. Let us know.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to be able to hear about that and talk about it because we will feel like even later on after we're done with the reviewing a strain, we will experience that same strain again, maybe in a different way, and we feel completely different.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, hey, did you have this? Like it was slightly different. You're like,
Mm,
yeah, it is. Like you can notice, and it's just over time. Like
yeah.
sometimes you notice maybe it's what's going on in your life, your intention going into it. A lot of variations that could affect that. So when you're going into it, you're like, well, I don't
Right.
know.
And with this one, I would recommend this to creatives. Creatives meaning marketers, writers, music
Oh
producers.
yeah.
It's talk about, I mean, even like Be Real, like his favorite strain is jet fuel. And it's
Mm,
mainly for creativity. Like it's
yeah.
one of the
Any
most,
artistic person, I
oh
feel
yeah.
like
You
anyone who creates.
This is a great coupling to what you're trying to do. Again, I've never tried this in vape. I would love to try it in vape. I think it would be pretty kick ass. But yeah, flower, it's been awesome.
Yeah. It makes sense. The genetics of this are Fire OG and pre 98 Bubba Kush.
So there might be a difference. There might be some redemption on that one. But
Pre 98 is the very first Bubba Kush that I had.
mm.
They had some sweet ones.
And what was the other one? Fire OG?
Fire OG, which
I've
I
never
have yet
had.
to have that.
I've never
Yeah.
had that. I think that's pretty cool. And just a couple of means you get the citrus notes, the sweet notes, but also very earthy.
Yeah, but you get like flavors
Yeah.
are like lemony, citrus, strawberry.
Yeah.
It's a very flavor packed strain.
It's super cool. I don't know, man. And it's definitely like because we had it in flower.
Yeah.
So it's usually the first spark for your bowl.
The
That's
best
when
flavor. Second one's always the best hit.
Mm-hmm.
But
then after that, it's burning plant.
It's just booty. No. But the most prevalent terpenes, like this has myrcene eucalyptol, not one that we talk about very often, but obviously found in eucalyptus, and then pinene. So some people are prone to anxiety with pinene.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
I didn't notice an overwhelming amount of anxiety with this strain.
So when I coupled it with pancakes, I definitely got that. I got the anxiety. My blood pressure probably went up. I recently went to a doctor, and they took my blood pressure, and they're like, "You got pretty high blood pressure," and I'm like, really? Normally I don't. Oh, do you have anything that would raise your blood pressure? And I'm like, no, I can't
I
think of
go, I'm
anything.
pretty high right now.
And yeah, but I was like, I didn't realize it until I left. I'm like, oh, I was high. Yeah, and I smoked a sativa, and yeah, it's gonna race my heart for a good 20-30 minutes after I hit it. But it, it's yeah, fast pace, strain, definitely get shit done type of thing, but very, very cerebral, very heady.
This is another one of those strains. Has quite a few cannabinoids as well.
Oh yeah.
Has like THC, CBD, and CBG as well. So once again, one of those wider range of terpenes, flavonoids, cannabinoids. You're gonna have a better entourage effect. And let's be real, that super
It's what
clear-headed,
you want.
euphoric, like this is fantastic.
Oh yeah, this is what you want. I would say that I didn't get the munchies on this quite a bit. I mean, some other people report to getting the munchies. It's not a munchie strain. Not a lot of cottonmouth for me. I
No,
felt pretty good on it.
yeah,
Just like that one we smoked before we started recording, pirate
pirate
piss.
piss.
Not a lot of cottonmouth.
Mm-mm.
Feel pretty good about it. So
Yeah, I'm
if
just
you,
coughing from the pen that I've been puffing on. So
but think about that too. If you are one that really just can't deal with dry mouth, you feel like you're drinking a gallon every 5 minutes. Totally get that.
this is a good one for
Yeah,
that.
this is a great one for that one. If you really can't handle that one, not a big deal. Get this one. I'd recommend if you get some Starburst, get yourself a pack of Starburst.
Hell yeah.
Get the tropical one
Munch down on those.
because that shit's amazing.
I haven't had Starburst in a long time.
Oh, dude, I'll eat the hell out of those. The ones I don't like are the orange and the red ones that everybody
Oh
gets.
yeah, I don't
After
care
a
for
while, that
those.
shit, I just want to be like, I want the tropical ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get all those other ones. Get the pina colada one. Dude, that's what making me think about pina colada. Starburst.
That's funny. Surprisingly, this one of the things that people use it for was cramps, menstrual cramps, and I was like,
Oh, I've done that.
I
I've
I
never
wouldn't have
experienced mental
expected that
cramps.
from Starburst. I mean, yeah, I don't have cramps like that, but
No, but I understand. No, that's cool. That
yeah, it's also used
especially a
for
sativa.
pain,
Yeah, exactly. Because
anxiety, depression, insomnia, stress. So, yeah, from a sativa, the cramps and the pain was,
that's cool.
yeah,
Because that's not common. Not with the sativa. I know that.
not with how clear-headed and focused it is. Usually I feel those that are more cerebral like that, you don't have as much in your body.
Right. Absolutely. I feel that typically sativas are not prone to being able to help out with insomnia. A matter of fact, they can
Yeah.
exacerbate it. I experienced that last
Right.
night with Jack Herrera. I
Oh.
was just in a creative mode and before I went to
Mhm.
bed, and then I just laid there. And so I just had to turn off all electronics, keep them away from me, and eventually I woke up. But it is unusual for pain as well.
Yeah, I thought so too. But the most, like, common reported feelings are, like, happy, giggly. I love the giggly strains.
Oh yeah.
Relaxed, focused, sleepy, uplifted, euphoric, and hungry. I didn't
Mm.
get much of the euphoric. I didn't really get the sleepy.
I didn't get the munchies.
Yeah.
I didn't get the munchies
Wait,
at
did I
all.
say I didn't get euphoric? Yeah, I got euphoric. I didn't get the hungry. That's what I meant.
Yeah, not the hungry, no
No, no
munchies,
munchies at
and a
all.
lot of that has to do with the dry mouth, I think. Like, when you have dry mouth, I mean, there's a whole science behind why you get dry mouth when you consume cannabis. There's a lot of different things that are happening in your CB1 and CB2 receptors, mainly your CB1 receptors, but it is just different. It's just a different thing. I've noticed that the less cotton mouth, the more I don't feel like munchy.
Yeah.
It's just and that maybe that's just me.
The worst cotton mouth that I ever get is from edibles.
Really?
Yeah, it
It
always
pens for
that's how
me.
I know when they're kicking in is because my mouth dries up and I'm like,
Yep, that pens for me.
but that's how I tell. Like I don't usually it takes a crazy large dose of an edible to make me feel high, or even slightly euphoric usually. Like the 50 milligram gummies, I popped one before. But at the same time, I don't ever know when it's kicked in. Like I don't usually feel a lot less pain, even on 50 milligrams. I don't feel euphoria or in my head. I don't any
Jeez.
of that. And so I usually can tell because I'm like, my mouth's a little drier. And
Yeah,
that's when I know, oh, the edible's kicking in. All right. So this is where the high is supposed to be.
that's cool. So keep that in mind when you're consuming an edible. When you start being able to get cottonmouth, depending upon what strain it's made out of, which you don't always have that information. But man, that's a cool indicator as far as what is happening for you to you. And now being able to understand that, remember, as you're going on this journey, as you're going in with intent, you're going to start finding yourself adapting to how the strain works with you. And you're going to know when to use it and when to avoid it, a certain strain, or how to be able to use another strain to be able to counteract that one to get the results that you're looking for.
Or use CBD to bring down your
Oh, yeah.
high.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
So
Man, so did you find any reviews that were
I
decent?
did. Let's see. So this review says the best part of this strain is that it completely distracts you from any pain, exhaustion, or
Right.
stress. The high brings on a cheery mood that is best shared with friends at parties. And I was like, it's simple, it's short, but it really encompasses, it's just a really good strain.
Yeah,
It's very simple, very like happy, very focused, but like,
yeah, and that's something that can't always be said. You don't always get that with certain strains. Sometimes it's leaning one way or the another, but this one's very unique, right? I mean, especially the pain relieving attributes that this
yeah,
is that people always
used for
talk about.
cramps.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
that's
specific.
nuts. Yeah, it's, those moms out there, those young gals who are, get really horrible cramps. This would be a great strain to have in
Yeah,
your box and just being able to take out whatever you need and being able to smoke that and feel relief, but still being able to get shit done.
it's true. Well,
That's
and on Instagram, we have a post that goes over the most common used strains for menopause. Because
oh
what's
yeah, that's cool.
surprising, more and more women are getting into cannabis for menopause.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it helps with a lot of the inflammation, a lot of the pain. I was reading the whole list of, wow, I can think straight right now, but a whole list of the actual like ailments and things that it helps with that most women with menopause suffer from.
Yeah, we're in a day and age where we can get so much information. I was telling Brandon, we're like apothecaries here. We're telling you, like, you can mix certain, once you start getting to a different level, like, like I think I've said it before on a podcast, but my wife came to me and she was just like, I'm not feeling good and my legs hurt. And because she'll get leg aches sometimes. And I was just like, oh, well, I'm going to mix this strain, this strain, this strain, and let's go out. And then within minutes after coming back in, she's like, it's all gone. I don't have the headache. My legs don't hurt and I'm not nauseous anymore. Like she had listed off a bunch of different things and was like, that's awesome. She is getting a lot out of this.
Yeah.
And now it's more of what else can this plant do?
I mean, even so, my back's super messed up.
Yeah.
My dad's is more messed up from accidents when he was young, construction his whole life. And he's looking at getting surgery done out in Germany. And he's got over, I think, 6 or 8 discs that need to be replaced
Holy shit.
in his back. And we just remodeled, like flipped an apartment in a few days the other week. Um, and he just was like, man, I'm killing so much. And I'd give him a tincture of CBD stuff forever ago.
Okay.
And of course, because most people who are comfortable with what's prescribed by a white coat
Yeah.
are not usually as comfortable trying something natural that doesn't have the side effects of even ibuprofen. Like he doesn't take anything except for ibuprofen even. But that for inflammation, if that's all he's using it for, CBD is a million times better. And so he ended up dosing, like I gave him proper dosing and he started using it. Obviously, he still has to do his surgery and still has to get that fixed, but like
less inflammation.
overall, the quality of life in the meantime skyrockets drastically.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, we can argue that one definitely scientifically, but there's a reason why we have an endocannabinoid system. And
Not an ibuprofen system.
well, I mean, you can find cannabinoids in several different plants. There's a reason why it's there. It's coupled really well. That's why this plant is so special. That's why there's so many different types of strains these days, because we're always trying to be able to make it better, faster, stronger, but it's still a plant.
Yeah, always. At the end of the day, it's just a plant.
And, and I'm super grateful for it.
Makes it so incredible.
Yeah, seriously. It's like
this
Popeye's
one
spinach.
plant does. Yeah, it's spinach. But how many different things does this help with?
Right. It helps with so many different things. So let us know what you're being helped out with. What are strains, a sativa strain? What's your go-to for it? What does it do for you? How does it impact your day, your life? What is it that it's doing for you? And also, what are some of the negative effects you've had with sativa strains?
Yeah, let us know.
That would be really
comments.
Cool. Yeah, we'd love to hear about that.
Again, thank you for all those helping us out.
Yeah,
helping
absolutely.
the show,
Dude.
Helping support the show. We love you guys. We love the listeners. Like, you guys are family. This is awesome. We love connecting with you guys and helping answer questions and elevating your cannabis knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again. Also, we can't say it enough. Thank you for those who are donating to us. That's the way we're being able to run this show. We appreciate your support. And if you can donate, we absolutely will love you to death. And even if you don't, well,
we do anyway.
We love you anyways, right? It goes either way. You're going to get loved by us. But thank you again.
Tune in next week.
All right, guys, take care.